Okay, we are back. This is going to be the first part of Mission 3 of Dishonored 2. I expect this will probably be a two-parter. I noticed that I didn't plug any of my lore videos in the last video. I did spend a lot of time at the Overseer Outpost, so if you're interested in some more background of the Abbey, check out my Overseer in the Abbey video. Also, a lot of information about the Oracular Order. It was actually my first lore video ever. Although, I have to imagine not too many people are watching this that haven't also watched the lore videos. But anyway, let's get started. The Good Doctor. Eliminate the Crown Killer, who's been murdering your enemies to make you look guilty. Find your old ally, Anton Sokolov, last seen being carried toward Addermire. Alexandria Hypatia, who runs the place, should know more.
The Addermire Institute of Infectious Disease. Alexandria Hypatia, Chief Alchemist. Once it was a solarium for recuperating aristocrats. Now it's a place of alchemical study. The Crown Killer's taking lives in my name and has to be stopped. It's my hope that Hypatia can explain. They say she's brilliant and altruistic. Well respected across Zirconos.
Why do so many have so little? It was never meant to be this way.
Report to the duty officer as soon as you've finished your current patrol.
There is corruption here. It beckons you, promises riches and power. So much temptation. Would this place be any different had I not passed from the world?
I think these are the same lines as for the previous mission.
Why do so many have so little? It was never meant to be this way.
Okay. Okay, we've got a newspaper. Clockwork Soldiers, sold at auction. At an auction held by Kieran Jintosh, the grand inventor offered for sale two of his latest contraptions. Marvelous clockwork soldiers, the likes of which have never been seen. The mechanical wonders sold after fierce bidding for an astonishingly high price. Never before has the wealthy class been able to protect themselves and their holdings with such vigor and style. Prior to the auction, only the likes of Duke Luca Abel and, more recently, our new Empress could enjoy such protection. Having seen a demonstration arranged by the genius natural philosopher himself, I was witness to what his clockwork soldiers can do. Woe to any trespasser or villain who crosses their path. I dare say Kieran Jintosh has discovered a way to end crime altogether. That's one way to put it, I guess. Addermire Institute. Massage, solarium, baths. Relax and heal all afflictions of the body in this luxurious... What does that say? One-of-a-kind establishment favored by the aristocracy around the Isles. Did I already read that? I can't remember. Tanning box. Okay, there's a shipwreck out here. There's some loot there, but there's no lore, so I'm not going to bother with it. pool, turn the crank wheel, and it fills up. This is interesting. So obviously if you have possession, you can possess a fish and go in that way. And that's interesting because, let me grab those ones. The addition of Corvo as a playable character was done kind of late in the development, so this was probably a late addition as well.
Looks like they're doing maintenance on the carriage relay again. Should we check it out?
Nah. I'm just making sure it's still in order, I guess. Nobody comes around anymore. But you never know when the Duke's gonna send someone out here to check on things. It's odd, but he keeps an eye on Addermire.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. After last night, I'm sure of that. I saw something. Whatever I saw, it didn't move like a person.
Before I got transferred to Addermire, I saw one of the Crown Killer crime scenes. Whoever tore that old couple apart, they were enjoying it.
So what do you think, then?
I don't know. Coming back at dawn, smudges of blood on the windows. I don't know what to think. Maybe the Duke found some new bear or ape from Pandysia. Keeps me up at night just thinking about it.
And of course we know Pandysia is home to many fantastical animals. Some we've learned about in the Pandysia video. Piero has talked about land-going whales.
No one knows what happened. Could be anything.
There are
Just gotta
reports of
watch my own back.
flying snakes and venomous fish. All sorts of things. So
Grand Guard personnel, on orders from the Duke, anyone discussing Addermire will be court-martialed, and imprisoned.
okay, one thing I didn't really know about until I watched another playthrough was there's a way into this abandoned wing right over here, and you kind of have to get in this way because it's boarded from the other side.
I think something moved.
You've been working here for months. You know Dr. Hypatia's office is off limits to you.
I'm begging you. It would only take a few hours for Dr. Hypatia to see them. My 7-year-old broke her leg carrying water down to the miners. And my 3-year-old has been coughing dust for weeks. His skin is so pale. He's gray. I could bring them here.
I am very sorry, but there's nothing I can do. Dr. Hypatia doesn't accept patients anymore, and the Institute is under the Grand Guard Authority. Apparently, you can't be trusted to do your job without creating problems.
Please, I can't lose another child. Where is Dr. Hypatia?
Lock her up until further notice.
What? No! My children need me! Let me go!
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful of stew tonight. Starving.
Unfinished letter to Captain Ramirez. Captain Ramirez, the squad got together and decided not to kill the lab dogs like you ordered. I know it's too late for them and that they'll die anyway, but even getting close to them is risky. Also, what are we supposed to do with the carcasses? They'll attract bloodflies before the next shift is over. Speaking of which, can't the Duke send another crew to flash smoke the bloodfly infestation? It's bigger every day. I know the doctors here use bloodflies to make Addermire solution. Why can't they invent an elixir made from field mice instead? I'm sure it would sell better with a cute little mouse on the label instead of a disgusting insect.
I always get these shifts. I bet a week's wages this is the worst assignment.
Marketing from the guards. That's a good idea.
The Duke of Serkonos.
Some of the men are asking about the situation. Why would... No way!
That's where I wanted to go.
Where are you hiding, coward?
Nice painting. What is this? Workers and bloodflies. Safe code. Some of Dr. Hypatia's odder patients are occasionally carrying items that are hard to classify for storage, so I've put them in the office safe, off to the side of the main entryway. The combination is 674. Okay. And that's not this safe, which is unlocked. But this safe. And we've got a particularly gruesome victim
One of the Crown Killer's playthings.
over here. Letter to Lieutenant Valiente. Dear heart, I keep thinking of what you told me. If it's true, if that's really what you saw, I just can't bring myself to believe it, even though I trust you entirely. I know Duke Luca is a despicable person, but him using that monster for his political agenda? Please, I beg you, don't be rash. I know you want to resign from the Grand Guard, but I fear for your life as long as you're in Addermire. Don't send that letter yet. Don't talk to anybody about what you saw, at least until you come back home and we can discuss it with clearer heads. Please stay safe. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Your Matilda. That looks like he waited too long. think that's everything over here.
I hope they accept my transfer. I've got to get into one of the other districts. I can wait.
What should we do with the leftovers? I used to feed them to the dogs, but I'm not allowed to go to the kennels anymore.
Let's feed the rats.
Don't be like that. Times are hard enough without you getting bitter.
When Addermire was open to the public, I was proud of working here. Cooking for the sick, discussing recipes with Dr. Hypatia. Now I feel useless.
I know, but as bad as things have gotten, it'd all be worse without a job. Like I ain't got enough to worry about.
At least I have a job, which is more than he can say.
Rat skewer. Dr. Alexandria Hypatia's health. Valerio, it seems you were right to think Dr. Hypatia is sick. I just overheard Dr. Vasco muttering to himself, talking about a cure he's working on. It must be very serious. Alexandria Hypatia has been so good to us all, and if she can't continue her work on elixirs and other treatments, then a lot of people in Karnaca will suffer. Speaking of which, it's true she doesn't eat much these days. We should go to the market when we're allowed and buy some fresh vegetables. We can make her favorite soup, which should do her good. Anyway, Duke Luca Abel claims to have closed Addermire so that she could improve her formula, but working so much and being so lonely is never good for anyone. Tina. Okay, I don't think there's any lore in here. There is another way in, though. Through here, though I'm not sure how you would get there from the station. Let's see. Silver Spike, we demand the cure, so we actually just read that in the previous one. And I think that might be it.
Once that watchtower is down, Megan can pick me up.
Do that in the second part. This is one of my less favorite locations. It's so difficult to remain unseen.
Damn it, I need to pee.
You can, however. Shimmy just barely grabs that with him.
Don't even know
Okay. But luckily, I don't think there's any lore in this dining room, so we can just skip right past it.
Open this door! Oh, maybe the wind or something.
Yeah, must have been nice a decade back. Imagine spending a season here. Just resting while people take care of you.
No thanks. Sickness is still sickness, even when it's wrapped in a silk bathrobe. All I can imagine is people coughing up blood all over their tea and crumpets. This place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
What happened to that custodian, by the way? Hamilton? Someone said he went nuts working the night shift.
Yeah, locked up somewhere in disease treatment for his own safety. He was a janitor here as far back as the old Duke Theodanis. That's too long to work in a place like this.
See if I can get this guy. Just one less guard to worry about. Don't know if I can get this guy though.
Oh well.
Clearly, Dr. Hypatia's not seeing patients anymore.
Journal, Corporal Valdez. It's been 6 months now since I came to Addermire on permanent assignment. I'm not sure it was a good idea anymore. At first I enjoyed the isolation because it allowed me to pretend that I had left my past behind me, but now I catch myself singing just to break the silence. I sniff and inspect every bite before eating. When I shower with water from Addermire's reservoirs, I don't feel clean. It's as if disease is in the very walls. So many sick people have come through here for years, and not only carrying germs but suffering maladies of the mind. Those kinds of things leave a mark on a place, even after the patients are cured or die off. And I've never liked doctors. They have a particular smell and look at you like you're just a pile of organs. I'm probably sick already, having breathed this cold, wet air for so long. It's hard to believe people used to come here to get well. Addermire feels like a tomb now. Maybe I'll go keep watch on the roof deck, enjoy the sun while I can. Unsent letter to family. To Emma, Philip, and little Edgar. Things haven't changed much since my last assignment at Addermire. Accepting a report to a different fellow now, and he's twice as strict. It's strange because there ain't really nothing for me to do. There's the doctor, but she just stays in and does the research. Maybe they need guards owing to the strange noises I hear at night. Not the usual creaks and groans a building makes. I feel any minute I might come around a corner and see something awful. But I don't want to worry. I'll be back in a few days. Buy yourselves a nice fat chicken when you get this letter. Be good, Father. Okay, I don't think there's any more in here, but just maybe a little loot. Well, that wasn't very elegant. I think last time I came through here, I didn't wake him up. Actually, don't think there's anything else in here. Legendary gift. Actually, we already read that. Back on the whale.
Yes, 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 yes. Damn it. That's what I wanted. Piss and crackers. No, no, no.
Oops. Come on down.
Kiss the outsider's balls for luck.
Hey, who is... I'll be wiping off your...
I thought I might get up here and then jump down on him, but no such luck. Okay. Bone charms we've read many times. Last entry in the matron's diary. I've been dismissed. That's how they put it. Like I just brought the tea, and I can take my leave. And me, the fool, thinking I'm getting an afternoon off for a change. It's grand, I'll see you early in the morning. Oh, my face turned a shade of crimson when they said I was never to return. Never! No explanation, and I'm not even allowed to see the good doctor. I must have done something awful to deserve such ill treatment, but what? Didn't I always support Hypatia? Didn't I do all she asked? I was her other set of hands, her own words. I've been trying to recall what it was I could have done that was so wrong. I did leave that vial of medicine on the counter, and it got spoiled, but that was over a month ago, and Hypatia didn't seem the least upset by it. Now I think she must have been ever so disappointed in me, but perhaps was too sweet to say anything to my face about it. All that work left to do. I'm too distraught to write anything anymore. Note to recuperation staff. The weather forecast promises us a nice amount of sunlight tomorrow, so we encourage you to bring the patients who don't have an appointment for a luminotherapy session out onto the terrace. Use wheelchairs if needed. We only have so many more tanning boxes, so considering how expensive they are, we won't be getting any more anytime soon. Nor will the broken ones be repaired, sorry. So let's have our patients enjoy some real sunlight instead. Dr. Vasco. Painting of Addermire there. About the same weather as it's having right now. Okay, so something a lot of people don't miss, or something a lot of people do miss when they come in here. This is actually a heroin den. If you look, you've got a candle, a spoon, syringes, and a cup of something. So clearly someone was shooting up in here, and that's why it's all boarded up and restricted. Oy. I don't think there's anything else over here, though.
The key might be in Hypatia's office.
Makes me so nervous. I sure hope she's not around anymore. I'm not in the mood.
I thought there was another guard here. Huh?
Holy shit!
Is it a curse or a blessing to linger past your time in the world?
Anything going on at the Grand Palace? See anything interesting?
Let me see. No. Too far away.
Of course. Otherwise, we might have had a few minutes of excitement. At least we're not down in the mines, I suppose.
We were born to be bored to death, like our parents before us. It's a curse.
Hey, who is...
It's so annoying you can't choke them out. Behind them, they're in shadows. Where to the Abound House? I think I already read that. Patty's Crystal Cider. Did a cider making video. I'm gonna check that out. See if I can actually see anything. I can't really see too much. Okay, I can see from my notes, I think I missed a book down in this room. Not that one. Ah, Beyond Black Spittle by Ungar Poltomi. A complete listing of symptoms due to the inhalation of airborne debris. Any of the following symptoms can be observed after sustained exposure to mining dust, alone or in combination. Coughing, sneezing, neck complaints, necrosis of the eye, insidious deficiency, pleurisy, lung purge, miner's ear, black spittle, black vomit, confusion, pneumonia, lack of appetite, excessive appetite, tremors, Bartholomew's rigor, apoplexy, death. Should any of these be present, as a prescription, I recommend a full change of air, followed by a month of leisure along the coast. Yeah, that'll definitely help with death. Use suction to remove dusts and debris from the nose and ears. Apply boiled onions and flax to the chest. These remedies should bring some relief, especially when used in conjunction. That sounds terrible. Okay. I just had to go back and make sure I read that one. How are we doing on time? 44 minutes. We still got some time.
You make sure she stays where we want her. Hypatia never leaves Addermire. Remember that.
Sir, it's just that the other night she went missing, and I still don't see how she got out.
Maybe we're not clear on this, Corporal. In case anyone asks, the good doctor never leaves the grounds unless it's on official business for the Duke. Got it?
I think I understand, sir. Can I read? Of course I can read. What does he think? I'm stupid? And all and some.
Orders from Captain Ramirez. Dr. Alexandria Hypatia won't be working in her office today. She'll be in the Recuperation Auditorium instead, which is locked. She's not to be disturbed. If anything urgent comes up, I'll leave Dr. Hypatia's key in her office. Another thing, the janitor Hamilton is to remain in disease treatment until I interrogate him and decide on his fate. We've got him locked up in the little plant conservatory there. No one is allowed to speak to him or even enter that room. Captain Ramirez. Okay, lots of stuff in here. So Alexandria has won the Grand Medal of Merit, awarded by His Eminence the Duke of Serkonos Theodana Sabel, for her sustained and ingenious contributions to the field of natural philosophy and its medical applications. 12th day, month of birth, 1847. And then there's a doctorate. By decree of the Academy of Natural Philosophy, ratified by the Convocation of Etiology, stamped with the approval of the Alchemical Council, and validated by the Chamber of Smoke and Iron. Alexandria Hypatia has successfully completed all requirements, including the Trials of Mineralogy and the 4 Forgotten Scrutinies, which hereby confers upon her the title Doctor of Medicine. Issued in Dunwall, 38th day, month of Clans, 1838. 38th day? Is that what that says? Okay. And of course in the background you see the seal of the Academy.
Alexandria Hypatia. A rubber stamp. I should have taken all my paperwork more seriously.
Letter from a journalist. Chief Alchemist, Alexandria Hypatia. I am writing because I am not permitted to visit you in person, thanks to one of the Duke's new decrees, which now fall on the city as frequently as drops of rain, but I will get to the matter at hand. What is the progress with your research on the latest strain of blood fly fever? Is there any hope for an improved version of Addermire solution? I'm talking of a remedy that could cure the fever instead of just delaying the symptoms. Have any of your experiments proven effective? If so, when will something be available to the community? As you must know, available stocks of elixirs are dwindling, and people often have to turn to the black market to buy potions at a shocking price. What is your reaction to this situation? Eagerly awaiting your response, Ren Mancini, Karnaca Gazette. Dr. Hypatia's notebook. I must ask Captain Ramirez if the Grand Palace answered my letter. Improving the Addermire solution formula is a priority, but I want to get back to my patients who need me. Did I even give the captain my letter? Maybe I'll write another. It can't hurt. If I find time, I'll prepare a dose of woodward powder for Lieutenant Valiente, who came to me spouting some strange theory. I doubt he slept in a week. Severe anxiety and paranoia. Might be a danger to himself or others. I've had new complaints about poor old Hamilton. Apparently he spends his nights wandering in the Institute, mumbling about horrible things only he can see. He must miss the days when we were actually helping people here, as I do. In any case, our loyal janitor wouldn't hurt a fly. Everyone is on edge these days. I wish I could discuss all this with Vasco, but I haven't seen him in weeks. Is he avoiding me? I hope I didn't hurt his feelings when I told him I needed room to breathe.
Blackouts are worse, and my dreams have taken a turn towards the disturbing. Even rest eludes me. Duke Abel seemed overprotective at first, but increasingly, I'm a prisoner in my own lab. The soldiers stationed here leave me alone, but even then I feel like I'm being watched. What really saddens me is the loss of my work. I've always thrived on my connection to the people who need me the most. The workers and their families. Each time I hear there's been an outbreak of some fever or some new condition among the miners, it pains me that I am not with them, working to ease their suffering.
Janitor's note, Hamilton. Dr. Hypatia, I know you're busy these days with your experiments and all, but since you seem to be in the Duke's good graces, I was thinking maybe you would request extra funding for the old basement. With most of our personnel sacked, I can't deal with the flood, so I just sealed it up for now. That won't do the building any good long term. And anyways, there is still some stuff stored in there from Addermire's old days. Some of it looks valuable. Joe Hamilton. Yes, indeed. We will go look at that soon enough. I think that's everything.
Damn it, I need to pee.
I think I missed a book. somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Traditional Circonan Songs 4. Okay. The Calling of the Endless Sea. On the furthest reaching pier I was abandoned, as the vessel fled the port, leaving me with only the warm winds, looking upon the foamy wake of regret. The undulating dancers and the taste of Tibian wine couldn't overcome my recollection of the ocean and its swaying whispers. Even now the excited cries of my homecoming children leave me unmoved and weary, longing for the lament of the deep ones and their inscrutable mysteries. I carve through the umberwood forests, and I bleed the mountain's silver veins, yet no pause, no purse overflowing with coins pays enough to slake my thirst for the salty depths. I'm no aristocrat or lord, no overseer or well-versed scholar, but I'd burn all their tomes and melt down their precious crowns to be young again and back on the endless sea.
So disfigured. Blood fly nests all around them.
I so enjoy watching history warp as words pass from the lips of one to the ears of another. Imperfectly formed, half understood, poorly remembered. In the years to come, the story of the Crown Killer will be twisted and bent, hammered like soft metal. By some accounts, a monster that had to be put down. By others, a victim of treachery, preserved because in the end, you found another way. But you'll always remember the truth, won't you? Your truth, at least.
Diary of Professor Bracamontes, 13th. I was very much surprised Professor Lignon presented me with a gift. Our bitter rivalry has been most vexing lately. Perhaps it has vexed him as well, hence this little peace offering. Yet, as gifts go, it seems wanting. A bit of bone with scratches on it. Though I suppose, given his area of expertise, he believes it suitable. So for now, I'll withdraw my complaints to the head office. 15th. I've become most fascinated by the bone trinket Lignon gave me. I see now these scratches are really letters of some kind. Quite exquisite, actually. I have detected the slightest bit of warmth emanating from the thing, and am most intrigued. but the evening grows cold, so we'll continue my observations below. 20th. I've cancelled classes for the day, as I've taken on the most aggressive chill. How I shiver. My one comfort is Lignon's little gift. When I hold it in my hand, I feel such warmth from it. Tomorrow I'll go to Addermire Institute, maybe spend a week there. If my health permits it, I intend to write to Lignon to express my gratitude. 28th. Doctors are stumped, of course. Fools. No, I will not drink their foul-tasting medicine. My little charm will protect me from this confounded chill. Even now it seeks to warm me. Why, it's almost too hot to hold. Lignon has been named headmaster. I must write and congratulate him, and will do so as soon as my fingers feel thawed. Yeah, we can see how that ended out. I thought there was another guard up here, but maybe I already took care of him. Also, I might have missed... Oh yeah. Letter from Duke Luca Abel. My marvelous Alexandria Hypatia, or to those closest call you Alex. How valuable you are to me, to Serkonos. What would we do without one of our most prominent natural philosophers? It keeps me awake at night, worrying for your safety. What if some incurable wretch should attack you? Or what if exposure to one of those hideous maladies you come across proves fatal to you? Where would we be then? Who would we turn to? So you see, that is why I have arranged for the Grand Guard to keep an eye on your offices at Addermire. For now, indulge me. As your Duke, I recognize your value, and I am committed to keeping you safe. Most warmly, Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos. Yeah. Of course, Alex is the kind of a reference to the character Grim Alex, which Crown Killer is never actually referred to as in the final version of the game. Except in that painting. Alright, so here's the bird's nest and this bone charm, and apparently if you refuse powers, this is one charm or one location you can't access without, some kind of power. I have heard that some people have been able to do this grenade trick where they launch themselves, kind of explode a grenade near them, and then kind of launch themselves while jumping to knock them up there. I don't think I've ever been able to do that intentionally anyway. I think I've done it by mistake. I don't think I'm coordinated enough to do that on purpose. Alright, so here's our crashing through the basement trick. And I think this will be the last thing. Half an hour or so. Save the rest of it for the next time.
Who's coming from here?
Let's see.
Imagine that?
No, I'm sure.
Alright, lost and found. So this is the flooded basement that Hamilton was talking about.
I miss being dry and warm.
Got Sokolov paintings, Sokolov and subtractive light. And most importantly over here, we have some of Vera More's belongings. Second day, month of seeds, 1810. Gus, it seems like our VIP guest, Mrs. Vera More, has finally flown round the bend. She's been sent to the critical observation area, getting cold showers every 3 hours and the like. I heard one of the doctors say she might have contracted some nameless disease on an expedition to Pandysia. Another eccentric aristocrat trying too hard to live a life beyond us ordinary folk. Anyway, some of her stuff was still in her room, so I'll store it all lost and found down in the basement until she's sent back to her husband. He's in for a nice surprise, considering how she spends her time, now talking to herself and carving obscenities into pieces of bone. Just remember to give everything back to her when she checks out, Imelda. Of course, we know how that ended out. Alright, Vera More's diary, 12th month of high cold, 1810. My physician says I should keep a journal. Says it will do me good to reflect on my ways and deeds. Says that the mark on my hand is just a tattoo or blemish from birth, and that the black-eyed boy is only in my head. Pshaw! Bunch of fools. I found where the administrator keeps the whiskey, snuck a bottle back to my room. Easy as that. I think I could stuff a whale under my jacket and dance the gavotte, and they'd never notice. What would my sweet physician say about that, or my dreary old husband? Oh, my Vera, what have you done now? Mumble, mumble. Appearances and what not. 16th month of Hearths, 1810. I must get home to my collection of carved bones. Such pretty things, brought all the way from Pandysia. How warm they feel in my hands. There's power there. Something I could learn to harness. That's why I've been trying to get to be a proper lady again, with clean nails and a perfumed handkerchief. My physician says if I'm still behaved by the end of Hearths, that they might send me home. So I smile and curtsy, and ask for tea in the afternoon, comb my hair, drink my medicines, and I stop trying to bite the attendants. Okay, so, as most of you probably know, Vera More took a trip to Pandysia and found some runes in the Mark of the Outsider. Was given to her. What? What the heck was that?
No idea what that was.
And basically went insane.
Right. There's no one here.
And here you see information about her time at Addermire, and then when she goes back, she boils her husband's bones into runes and goes blind. But I think that's everything that's down here. So, yeah, we're over an hour now, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. There's really not that much of the mission left really to do, so actually I think the next one should be a rather short one. So, alright, thanks once again for watching, and again, if I missed something you think I should have talked about, just let me know in the comments. Thanks.